La espera ha sido muy larga. 41 carreras pasaron desde aquella de Pocono en el 2015 para volver a ganar en IndyCar. Es su 17ª victoria. Había terminado quinto en el día de ayer. La presión que le puso a Rossi, la carrera que le tocó correr, impresionante lo de Hunter Ray. La espera ha sido muy larga, la fiesta será para disfrutar y para descargar toda esa emoción que debe tener Ryan Hunter Ray.
Sobre todo esa segunda ronda que puso y la parte final, la tercera ronda después de la parada en pits en la vuelta 52, fue impresionante el ritmo que ejerció definitivamente Ryan Hunter Ray.
Ryan Hunter Ray con esto consigue su 17ª victoria, su carrera número 40 entre los tres primeros, en su carrera número 225, su top 10 número 57. Ahí viene Ryan Hunter Ray, el nuevo líder del campeonato se llama Power. Hunter Ray con este resultado queda cuarto. Power con Dixon a 5 puntos, Rossi queda a 11, Hunter Ray a 31, Newgarden a 39, es el perdedor. Newgarden del fin de semana en Detroit no le ha salido nada. Este es el gran ganador. 41 carreras han pasado de su última victoria. A ver qué dice Alexander Rossi.
No tengo una respuesta, necesito hablar con los ingenieros. No entendemos, no sé, no tengo nada que decir. Creo que está fúrico, no es para menos, muy frustrado Alexander Rossi. Pero yo te digo algo, venía trabajando independientemente de la distracción y de la presión que le puso Hunter Ray. Algo ya traía porque se veía realmente en esa curva, ya venía bloqueando desde antes, independientemente de la presión de su compañero de equipo.
Y lo que veníamos diciendo, la diferencia de los neumáticos era de 6 vueltas. Es verdad que podrían tener diferencia de combustible, pero o ese juego de neumáticos fue muy malo, o el auto tuvo algún problema, o tenía que administrar combustible, que nos lo hubiera dicho ahora, pero algo tendrán que encontrar en la carrera y en el último stint de Alexander Rossi. 41 carreras desde el 2015. Uno de los mejores pilotos de la categoría está de regreso. Ryan Hunter Ray acaba de ganar la segunda de Detroit.
Y esto pone además muy interesante el campeonato. Scott Dixon que queda en la cuarta
First off for Ryan Hunter Ray, of course, to give congratulations to the crew,
también muy sólido.
to Michael Andretti, team owner. There's no question this was a team effort today.
Trabajo de equipo.
Boy, sometimes you win a race with strategy,
A
sometimes
veces
you
ganas
do
con
it with pace.
estrategia,
Today you did
a
it
veces
with
con el
both.
ritmo. Hoy lo
And
hiciste
your
con las
engineer
dos.
said he thinks this might be your best drive ever.
Debe
What do
haber
you think?
sido tu mejor carrera en la historia, ¿puede ser?
Después de que tomé la segunda de juego de neumáticos, los Firestone negros, empecé a sentir buen balance del auto. Hubo un momento que estaba muy suelto, después entré en un ritmo. El auto hacía lo que yo le pedía. Cuando arrancamos la última ronda, Rossi estaba toda la recta, no lo podía ni siquiera ver. Me concentré en que este auto estaba volando. Estoy muy contento por ese auto de HL. Ojalá mi esposa y mis hijos estuvieran aquí porque ellos son los mejores. Ha sido un camino largo para buscar otra vez esta victoria. Bueno, lo presioné y ahí estamos aquí en el círculo de la victoria. Este auto realmente merece donde debe de estar. Ha sido un gran auto, la estrategia, las paradas en los pits y realmente entregué todo.
Bueno, tu posición mental con respecto a esto, compañeros de equipo, tenías que pensar en eso, tenían estrategias distintas. ¿Ibas a presionar? ¿Ibas a ir a todo?
Yo estaba muy sólido a la salida de la curva 2. Él no estaba muy sólido en la curva 2. Obviamente yo sabía que tenía que ser paciente, iba a buscar la parte interna, la parte externa. Vi que en par de ocasiones bloqueó el neumático, se siguió. Él hizo un gran trabajo, él ha sido también muy fuerte, muy sólido. Hasta este fin de semana él fue muy duro en la frenada. Ha hecho un gran trabajo este año y estamos ahí, vamos a buscar la pelea por el campeonato y esto demuestra que estamos aquí para para pelear por el título.
Se mete en la pelea por el campeonato, primera victoria que consigue en 15 carreras, con la de hoy aquí en Detroit.
Y ahí está lo que yo te decía, la curva 2 era muy importante, tener muy buena salida, y ahí es donde lo estudió muy bien Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Vos que tenés buena memoria, acordate de la carrera de hoy a fin de año, Ed Jones no lo dejó pasar a Dixon. A ver si esto le termina costando una pelea por el campeonato a Dixon en la parte final. Ed Jones necesitaba un podio. El próximo sábado estaremos desde Texas. Alex Pomo, Andrés Agulla, todo nuestro equipo de producción, gracias por habernos acompañado. Ha regresado un campeón. Ryan Hunter-Reay acaba de ganar la segunda de Detroit. Hasta la próxima.
It is basketball night in America.
Kimmel brings his game to prime time during the NBA Finals, and it continues tonight with Sandra Bullock. Plus, play college knowledge with NBA Smart Guys. Kimmel's Game Night, tonight on ABC.
Name a reason you think Steve Harvey's a good kisser.
Lips.
Next Sunday.
Are you guys ready for some serious star power?
It's the new season of ABC's Sunday Fun and Games.
Who is this next to you? Want to introduce?
And it's never been more fun with Celebrity Family Feud, Pyramid, and To Tell the Truth.
I believe you.
Thank you, Octavia Spencer. It all starts next Sunday on
Network.
ABC.
Yes!
Never stop chasing the story. Be committed to being there.
We're glad you're okay.
Oh, thank you.
On the scene, wherever the story may be.
You could hear the gunfire just around this wall.
Always reaching higher together.
Back on the job.
Back in the job.
Help build my country back.
ABC 7 News at 6. Washington's most trusted evening news. And World News Tonight with David Muir. America's most watched newscast.
Michelle Marsh, Jonathan Elias, Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly. Trusted, dependable, accurate. ABC 7 News at 6 p.m. on your side. Your car breaks down. Now what?
Still have nothing.
Call a tow truck and wait, or buy the mighty Jump. 7 on Your Side attempts to fire it up with this new gadget that plugs into your cigarette lighter. Is it worth it? Tuesday at 6:30 on ABC 7's Good Morning Washington.
I'm Stormwatch 7 Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly. Let's face it, DC area weather can be pretty fickle. With mountains to the left, the bay and ocean to the right, forecasts can run the gamut. Beautiful can morph into dangerous, just like that. That's why accuracy is everything. Getting it wrong can put people in dicey situations. So stay safe. Turn to the team that knows the area like no other. Stormwatch 7, on air, online, and on the go. Alerting, protecting, and always on your side.
Coverage of the Cop, Monday at 7 on ABC 7. Stormwatch 7 Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly on your side.
Welcome to World News Tonight. The new claim from the president's legal team. Could the president pardon himself? His attorney says he probably does have that power, but it could trigger an impeachment. So would he do it? Plus, why the president's lawyers think he can't be forced to testify. Killer on the loose, the race to find a suspect in 3 murders, including a famous forensic psychiatrist linked to the JonBenet Ramsey case. And tonight, a 4th murder under investigation. Out of control, western wildfires forcing hundreds from their homes, while severe storms hammer the heartland. Skipping chemo, a promising development for tens of thousands of women with breast cancer. They may do better without chemotherapy. Dr. Jen Ashton standing by. And dangerous move, the FBI agent getting down. His backflip on the dance floor, his weapon falling out, firing into the crowd, striking another partygoer.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin with that stunning new claim from President Trump's personal attorney, ramping up the challenge to the Russia investigation. Tonight, Rudy Giuliani saying that even if the president were to be found guilty of a crime, the Constitution gives him the power to pardon himself. It comes after we learned of a memo the president's legal team wrote to the special counsel claiming it is impossible for the president to be found guilty of obstruction of justice. The president's team also speaking out on why he can't be forced to testify. ABC's Tara Palmieri is at the White House tonight.
Tonight, the shocking suggestion made by one of Trump's lead attorneys about the scope of the president's powers.
Do you and the president's attorneys believe the president has the power to pardon himself?
He's not, but he probably does.
Rudy Giuliani was responding after a secret memo sent to the special counsel leaked to the New York Times. In it, Trump's lawyers claim that the president can't be guilty of obstructing justice and has the authority to terminate the case. While Giuliani said a self-pardon may be legal, he acknowledged it would come at a high political price.
The president of the United States pardoning himself would just be unthinkable, and it would lead to probably an immediate impeachment.
Giuliani serving notice. If Mueller attempts to subpoena the president to testify about Russian collusion or obstruction, they'll fight it out in court.
A president can go before a judge and say it's for purposes of harassment, it's unnecessary.
Experts are skeptical of whether the broad presidential powers laid out by Trump's legal team are valid.
The notion that suddenly obstruction of justice is not something a president can ever do is a radical theory.
Tonight, more revelations from that 20-page secret memo. For the first time, Trump's attorneys admit the president dictated the initial response about his son Don Jr.'s meeting with a Russian attorney months before the election, something the White House had previously denied.
He certainly didn't dictate, but, you know, like I said, he weighed in.
When asked about this, Giuliani used it as an example for why the president shouldn't go before Mueller.
First it was all denied, and now you're saying he dictated.
I mean, this is the reason you don't let the president testify. If, you know, our recollection keeps changing, or we're not even asked a question, and somebody makes an assumption.
Tara joins us now live from the White House. And Tara, the president tweeting today attacking the FBI for not informing him they were investigating campaign manager Paul Manafort leading up to the election.
Tom, President Trump is again accusing the Justice Department of being unfair. He said they should have told him that they were investigating Manafort for ties to Russia. Now, distancing himself from his former campaign manager, he said he would have never hired him if he knew. Tom?
Tara Palmieri for us tonight. Tara, thank you. Next to the hunt for a killer before he strikes again. Police in Arizona are asking for the public's help in finding this man suspected of having links to 3 shooting deaths. And tonight, authorities are now looking very closely at a 4th murder in the past 24 hours. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Scottsdale.
Tonight, police desperately trying to piece together who could be behind a string of shootings that have left 4 people dead in the Phoenix area.
They heard shots, think somebody's hurt. There was a lot of argument.
Detectives trying to determine if the shooting death of a life coach this weekend is connected to the deaths of a prominent forensic psychiatrist killed in broad daylight and 2 paralegals gunned down less than 24 hours later.
Right now, we are doing our best to locate this suspect and get him off the street.
The first victim, Dr. Stephen Pitt.
This offender is someone's neighbor. They are someone's friend.
Known for his consulting work on high-profile cases, including JonBenet Ramsey's death and the Jodi Arias trial, killed outside of his Phoenix office at around 5:30 Thursday evening. Then Friday, 7 miles away, paralegals Valeria Sharp and Laura Anderson shot inside this office that specializes in family law, helping clients in times of emotional stress. One of the women shot in the head, managing to walk outside, begging for help.
A female came running up to the bus. She is bleeding from her face. She said she thought she may be dying.
She later died at a hospital, police following her blood trail to find her coworker also dead. Police believe the same gunman is behind those 3 homicides. But early Saturday morning, yet another crime scene. Marshall Levine found shot to death in his Scottsdale office. Police looking into whether this case is linked to the others. Investigators releasing this sketch of a possible suspect they are desperately trying to find.
And police here tell me they had a few possible leads on a suspect. They have now been ruled out. They're now going through the hundreds of tips that have come in, hoping one will lead to the killer. Tom?
Marcy Gonzalez for us. All right, Marcy, thank you. We turn now to the weather and the battle against wildfires burning in the west. Thousands forced to evacuate. Fire threatening homes near Laguna Beach, California. Fierce wind and drought fueling those flames, while heavy rain in the east bringing down this tree on top of a home there in Washington, D.C. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano is here. And Rob, that rain's falling on already saturated ground.
That's why you see trees coming down. We have a flood warning in effect right now for Baltimore, D.C. and Ellicott City. Take a look at the rainfall on the radar. You see that low spinning. That's being squeezed by this front that's pushing east as well. So the two of those combining for heavy rainfall really for the next several hours. So it's going to be a dangerous situation there. And then the rain moves into the New York City area tomorrow morning, then eventually towards Hartford, Rhode Island, and Boston in the afternoon. So everyone can get a little bit of peace.